My mother married early in life and at 18 gave birth to an 8 PB boy who she named Brooke Me. I say she named me because my father disappeared as soon as he found that Carol, my mother, was pregnant. Fortunately, he came from a very wealthy family, and my mother was able to obtain a very substantial financial settlement from the ensuing divorce. She herself came from a very rich family and inherited all their wealth on their premature deaths when I was only 2 years old. These setbacks in my mother's life made her very determined to give me the best possible upbringing with all the love and affection possible. My mother is very attractive with a slim figure, firm breasts, a narrow waist, long slender legs, and is 5 feet 8 inches tall. Her raven hair is the crowning glory. She always turns heads wherever she goes with her good looks and the fact that she is always perfectly groomed and dressed in the very latest fashion. She exudes femininity and enjoys a personality that matches her good looks. Many men have vied for her affection, and whilst she enjoys a large company of friends. Since her divorce, she has always turned down the many invites for a relationship, explaining that she is dedicated to bringing up her offspring.
Brooke.
We live in a lovely country house in Oxfordshire, and I have always been educated at the best private schools. Mother and I enjoy a very close, loving relationship, and she has always been totally open with me and shares everything with me. Mother has never worried if I walk into her bedroom and she has no clothes on, and similarly she will often come and ask me something when I am having a bath. I absolutely worship my mother and cannot do enough to please her and will assist in any way I can to make her life more enjoyable. She in turn involves me with everything she does. For this reason, I suppose it was inevitable that I am somewhat effeminate. I am sometimes teased at school, but I don't mind as I know it is true, and people soon stopped teasing me when they found I was not hurt or offended. In contrast to Mother, I have really blonde hair and a very fair complexion. I have always been slim and have similar features to my mother. She is always teasing me, saying I would make a very pretty girl. I play up to her teasing by reacting with female gestures and walking in an effeminate way while saying, "Do you really think so?" We often laugh together at this game. By the time I was 14, Mother always took me with her when shopping and always valued my opinion when she was selecting clothes or buying a new lipstick or nail varnish. She would always consult me before changing her hairstyle. She tells me that I have very good taste, and this coming from her is praise indeed. For my part, because she really does appreciate my opinion, I make an effort to be up to date with fashion trends and styles by reading the various women's magazines that are always around the house. This, of course, leads to Mother teasing me more by asking if I am looking out for a new outfit for myself. I am always up and dressed before Mother, and most days take her a cup of tea in her bedroom when I hear her come out of the shower. I then sit on the bed and chat whilst she dresses and puts on her makeup. She often asks my opinion on the outfit she intends to wear that day. Sometimes what underwear she should wear with a particular outfit. This always leads to some teasing. "I am sure you would look pretty in these panties," she would say. "What a pity they are not my size," I would reply, which makes us both laugh. I love watching Mother put on her makeup as we chat. She knows exactly how to show off her features at their best by the skilled use of her makeup. She skillfully shows off her cheekbones, shapes her eyebrows, highlights her eyes, and emphasizes her eyelashes to making a beautiful woman stunning. "You like watching me put on my makeup?" she said to me one day shortly after I turned 15. "Oh yes, Mother, because I sit here and admire the skillful way you draw attention to all your best features. You are so attractive, yet when you have finished, you are absolutely stunning. No wonder every man in the county vies for your affection. Would you like me to do your face and bring out your best features using my makeup skills?" She asks with a cheeky smile on her face. "Now stop trying to make me into a girl again." I laughingly reply, "Sorry, I was only teasing, as you know. But joking apart, you have such blonde features with your beautiful hair, but you also have such blonde eyebrows and eyelashes. It makes your face look somewhat flat and featureless. Would you let me show you something that may improve your appearance?" "Okay, as long as I don't look like a drag artist." Mom actually squealed. "Oh, come and sit here," she said, patting the dressing table chair. I sat down with my back to the mirror. Mom then proceeded to treat my eyebrows and eyelashes in some way that I could not see. After a few minutes, she pronounced herself satisfied and turned me to look in the mirror. There could be no doubt that the effect really lifted my face and gave it much better features. Mother had applied a dark brown color to my eyebrows. She had pulled out a few stray hairs, which gave my eyebrows better shape, but a natural one. She had applied the lightest black mascara, which just colored my eyelashes without thickening them. Again, the appearance was quite natural. Mom, I was quite sure I would have to rush to the bathroom and wash my face, but I have to admit, no one meeting me for the first time would know I was wearing makeup. You are so right that it makes my face animated instead of bland. Does this mean you will keep it on today? Do you know I am? I wonder what people will say at school. They did notice at school and asked me why I was wearing makeup. I just told them I was fed up with such a bland, featureless face. Surprisingly, everyone seemed to accept this. When I got home, Mother was out at one of her charity days. I went to my bedroom, and there on my dressing table was a bottle of mascara brush, eyebrow pencil, eyebrow comb, makeup removal solution, cotton pads, and a video entitled How to Apply Eye Makeup. I smiled. Very thorough is my mother and determined to get her way. I played the video in my room and spent the next hour removing and reapplying the eyebrow color and mascara. Satisfied I could do the job as well as Mother, I went to prepare supper as I do when Mother is out for the day. From then on, I applied makeup to my eyebrows and eyelashes every day. It soon became as much of a routine as cleaning my teeth. A few weeks later, I was in Mother's bedroom as usual in the morning chatting away. She was painting her nails a lovely shade of burgundy. Mother, you have the most beautiful hands, and the way you manicure your nails and the color makes them so pretty. I told her you have hands similar to mine. Her come over, and I will treat your nails to look like mine, she suggested. I was happy to accept the offer, and Mother spent time shaping my nails and buffing them up, treating the cuticles and adding creams to smooth the skin around the nails. I could paint them a pretty shade of pink to enhance the look if you would. Like, Mother suggested. No, Mother. I am more than happy at the improvement to the look of my hands. And knowing you, I would end up with bright red nails. Not suitable for a boy. Such a shame, Mother replied with a grin. You see, as I have said before, you would make such a pretty girl. All joking aside, Brooke, can I ask you a favor? Sure, you can fire away, but the way you said that, I do not guarantee I will comply. You have such beautiful blonde hair. It would show off so much more if you grew it long. Many guys your age have long hair. It would make me so happy. I smiled. I like to make you happy. My hairdresser is going to miss me for a while. Mother's little squeal again. And she got up and hugged me. I love you so much, she said. One thing I learned today, if I do something that really pleases Mother, she lets out that excited little squeal. I determined to regularly hear that little squeal. When I got home from school that day, I found a bottle of shampoo, a bottle of hair conditioner, and a new hairbrush in my bathroom. In addition, on my dressing table is a manicure set, nail hardening solution, and natural opaque nail polish. As always, my determined and thorough mother leaves nothing to chance. From then onwards, I always used the shampoo and conditioner when I washed my hair and vigorously brushed it until it shone. I carefully manicured my nails, which soon looked elegant and, dare I say, pretty. Within a few months, my hair was long enough to put in a ponytail. I have occasionally visited my hair salon to trim the split ends, but other than this, no styling. Your hair is now long enough to get styled, Mother said. It certainly needs layering or it will lose shape. I have picked out a few styles for you to consider, she said, handing me some cutings. Mother, these are all girl styles. Could you not find any styles for boys? To be truthful, I couldn't. So, I picked out the most masculine of the girl styles. You only need wear your hair down when we are alone. You can keep a ponytail everywhere else. Please select a style for me. I looked again and found a full style that cascades around the neck and no fringe. How about this then? I said, handing the cutting to Mother. You will love that, Mom said with a smile. I can't wait to see the result. Shall I book an appointment with the salon for you? Don't worry, Mother. I will do it myself. If I leave it to you, You might get carried away with instructions to our stylist. I have an appointment with the hair stylist I share with Mother Janet for Friday afternoon. I have explained to her vaguely what I want. When I show her the picture of the suggested style, she says, "You realize this is a bit girly, don't you?" I know, but Mother will be so happy, and I will only wear it down like this at home. Otherwise, I will keep my hair in a ponytail, and it is important that I get a better layering on my hair for it to remain manageable. Okay, I see where you're coming from. Leave it with me, and you will have the best of both worlds. Janet is an artist, and when she had finished, my hair looked stunning, beautifully cut and hanging perfectly. But the style really made me look like a girl. I will put it a ponytail to go home. Don't you agree? Sure, Brooke. We don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, but your mother will love it when you let it down. Oh, by the way, we have a special offer this week for anyone who has spent as much as you today. Would you like to have our special offer? She asks with a secret smile on her face. Okay, go for it. What is the deal? I ask. Free ear piercing, including the gold studs. Many BLO have it done, you know. Besides, we all know your mother would love you to go for it. You are right, I told her. I cannot bear the thought of Mother knowing I turned down this offer. Get on with it. 20 minutes later, I had petite gold studs in my pierced ears. As soon as I got home, I took the band off and gently combed through my hair so that Mother could see the new style. In truth, I loved the look, but I could never wear it out with my friends or at school. When Mother got home, she went, as always, to her bedroom to freshen up before joining me in the lounge. She took one look at me, and out came that little scream. "Oh, darling, your hair looks gorgeous. Thank you for indulging me. You could still be a pretty girl." She sees the look on my face. "You know, I am only teasing you, but then again, oh my gosh, you have had your ears pierced. So pretty." We both laugh. Whenever there is no one about, I wear my hair down. Mother loves it. In truth, so do I. But I would never admit it. In a ponytail, I just look my normal, somewhat androgynous self. A germ of an idea is developing in my mind, and I finally map out a course to present my idea, which will culminate on Mother's birthday at the end of August. I have now finished school, having completed my GCSEs, and intend to study for A-levels at a sixth form college nearby. With no schoolwork, I do a lot of research on the internet to enable my project to work. The amount of information available is staggering, and I am now confident that I can pull off my idea. Firstly, a trip to town and a visit to the cosmetics counter at a big departmental store. A very pretty, smartly dressed assistant asks if I need any help. Oh, yes, thank you. Can you please advise me of latest fashionable shades for nail polish?
Certainly.
Here are the 3 really up-to-date shades at the moment. She puts 3 bottles in front of me. Is this for your girlfriend? She inquires. No, actually it is for me. She shows surprise. May I explain why? By all means, this could be interesting, she says enthusiastically. Well, I live alone with my mother, who has brought me up by herself from when I was first born. She is always teasing me that I am too pretty to be a boy. I accept this, and we make a lot of fun out of it. I go along with 1 or 2 of the things she asks, hence the length of my hair, the little bit of makeup on my eyelashes and eyebrows, my well-manicured nails, and my pierced ears. A lot of the other ideas I have avoided. However, I do know secretly she would love me to be really feminine. So, I have decided that as a birthday present, I will be her daughter for the day. This purchase of the nail polish is the very first step in putting it all together. That is a fascinating idea. Are you sure you can carry it off? I really hope so. I have been researching on the internet about makeup, voice tutorials, applying nail polish, and so on. I would love to help you, she said to my surprise. Do you mean it? It would make all the difference, and it would be great to have an expert in cosmetics and an expert in being a girl, which you are so obviously good at both. She laughed. Well, thank you, kind sir, for the compliments, but I really would love to do it. By the way, my name is Janet. Hi, I'm Brooke. When can we start? Time is a bit short as Mother's birthday is the end of August. Well, the first thing we have to do is shop for a complete outfit, as I assume you don't own any women's clothes at the moment, she said with a twinkle in her eye. Your assumption was correct. When are you available? I have Fridays off generally. So, how about this Friday? I can meet you here at, say, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we can see what we can put together, and you can come to my place to try it on and get your first lesson in being a girl, she said laughingly. Friday it is. I can't wait. We exchanged telephone numbers, and I left. I could not believe my luck. Expert help from a really nice girl who I have to admit I really fancied. I told Mother on Thursday that I am meeting a friend in town on Friday, and we would be spending the whole day together, but I would be back to arrange dinner as I knew Mother was busy with one of her charities all day. On Friday, I was up early and carefully shaved my face, underarms, and legs ready for the day. I met up with Janet at 9. I was wearing a pair of tight jeans with a loose top to give me an androgynous look. She looked stunning. A denim mini skirt, black tights, 3-inch heels, a red skinny rib top, makeup just so deep dark red nail varnish, which I knew was fashionable. I have put together a complete makeup kit for you here at the store. Have a look at it, and if you're happy, you can buy it. You will get it at my discount price. The assistant and colleague of Janet's got out the package, which I paid for. I did not look. After all, Janet knows more about these things than I do. Let's go for a coffee and plan our day, she suggested. Over coffee, I told her if I let my hair down, it did look quite girly, and I had brought along a hairbrush to make it look decent. She thought it was a good idea. So, having organized where we were going, we popped into the store staff room, which was empty at this hour, and Janet brushed through my hair and even added a little lipstick. Looking at my reflection in the mirror, I was quite convincing. I took care with the way I walked as we first went to a dress shop. Actually, we went to 4 dress shops before we found a dress, which we both agreed would be perfect. It is a linen dress in a close weave, straight and falls just on my knee, short-sleeved with a high neck and quite plain. We added a brown leather belt. After it seemed we had visited every shop around, we settled on a pair of brown leather court shoes with a 3-inch stiletto heel. I really had to concentrate on walking in these, but a few tips from Janet prevented me from making a fool of myself. We then got some accessories. Dark brown drop earrings consisting of various shaded balls, a neck scarf with an autumnal print, and a couple of brown bangles. Janet said she had a gold watch I could borrow. Finally, we went to select some underwear. Janet said she had read in a magazine about a push-up bra made by HMA that increases your bust by 2 sizes. In fact, it is modeled by the male model, Andre Padrick. We go to a very glamorous underwear shop where my measurements are checked, and they have the bra in question in stock in my size. We purchased a white one and selected a couple of pairs of panties to go with the bra. We also purchased a couple of pairs of natural-colored 15 denier pantyhose shared to the waist under the name nude. This completed our shopping. As it was now lunchtime, we stopped for a light lunch in town before repairing to Janet's flat to try out our purchases. Janet has a lovely 2-bedroom flat in one of the nicest areas of Oxford. She explained to me that her parents have retired and are living in Spain, and they had bought her this flat before they left. At Janet's suggestion, we tried the makeup first to avoid accidentally marking the dress. We went to her lovely bedroom, and Janet sat me in front of the dressing table mirror. Now, I will apply all your makeup, explaining what I am doing on the way, but you must watch me carefully, but you will then have to do it yourself. Remember, on the day I will not be around to help you. She then proceeded to apply foundation, blusher, eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara before taking away a few stray hairs on my eyebrows, applying a dark pencil, powder to blend it all, and finally lipstick. I had been concentrating so hard on how each application was done that it was not until she had finished that I looked at the result. I was amazed. In the mirror, I saw a younger version of my mother. No one could possibly think this was a boy. Janet, you are amazing. This is far, far better than I could have hoped. I must say, I am rather pleased myself, Janet said. But you are an easy subject. I agree with your mother. You do have a pretty face. We won't do your nails today, but now go and clean it all off in the bathroom. Here are some wipes and a bottle of makeup remover. Do it gently. We don't want you with a sore face. I went to the in-white bathroom and carefully removed all the makeup. When I got back to the bedroom, Janet suggested you now have a go. If you make any mistakes, just wipe it off and try again. Minimum gives maximum effect, so don't cake it on. When you are satisfied, change into the outfit we have just bought, and come and meet me in the lounge." With that, she departed and left me to it. Thanks to her carefully explained tuition, plus the tutorials I had studied on the internet, I got on reasonably well. I struggled a bit with the blusher. Firstly, too much and then not properly balanced, but I finally got it right. Contouring the 3 shades of brown eyeshadow was not easy, but eventually I had achieved virtually the same effect as Janet. I then stripped out of my clothes and firstly put on the panties, which fitted fine and tended to flatten my manhood reasonably well. The bra was difficult to attach as the fastener was on my back, but I managed. I then had to manipulate the flesh around my breast area to accommodate the push-up bra. The result was amazing and definitely looked as though I had small female breasts. I then put on a pair of pantyhose. I found this easy, having watched my mother dressing many times. I put on the dress, taking great care not to touch my makeup. I added all the accessories, scarf, belt, earrings, bracelets, and the borrowed watch before slipping into my shoes. I stood up and looked into the full-length mirror in the room. There was no doubt that there in front of me was a smartly dressed, very pretty young woman. But what struck me was not this. I felt suddenly utterly relaxed, confident, and more comfortable with myself than I can ever remember. Weird. I walked around the room a few times and found I did not have to think or worry about the heels. My poise was very feminine without me trying. I loved the way the dress felt, and pantyhose are so silky rubbing against the dress. I walked to the lounge and posed in the doorway for Janet. Her eyes nearly popped out of her head. "This is amazing. Walk around the room and let's see how you get on." I walked around the room as if I was a model at a fashion show. "You have been holding back on me. You have been doing this for ages." She grinned. "Not true. I assure you this is the very first time I have ever tried a dress or skirt in my entire life, let alone heels. It's just that when I put on the outfit, it seemed so natural to walk and poise this way. I did not even notice I was wearing heels." There was a long silence with Janet staring at me. "Where did that feminine voice come from?" she asked. I did not realize, but this is the feminine voice that I had been learning on the internet. It seems that when I dress as a woman, all these things seem to happen naturally. Janet smiled. "Let's have some tea on the patio. I think you should get comfortable with what you are wearing." Although so far it does not seem any problem. We had tea on the patio. I remembered to smooth my skirt as I sat down and kept my knees close together when I crossed my legs. Although I would not admit it, I really loved everything I was wearing. A dress is so much more comfortable than trousers. And I secretly adored my poor little breasts. Gosh, is that the time I have to get back to make dinner for us at home? I will have to fly. I got up and Janet caught my hand, turned me round, and kissed me hard on the lips. I had no problem in responding and held her tight while we deeply embraced. "I fancied you from the moment you walked to my counter earlier in the week. I don't know why, but dressed like you are now makes me weak at the knees. The feeling is mutual, but you don't have to dress up for me to want you." We both laughed, and I hurried off to carefully remove all my makeup, change to my normal clothes, and put my hair back in the ponytail. We agreed to leave all the clothes and makeup at Janet's flat, and to meet again on Monday evening after Janet finished work. A long embrace, and I rushed off home. Dinner was a little late, but Mother did not complain. "How was your day?" she asked. "Oh, I met up with a friend in town, and we just chilled out. Bit of shopping, a bit of food, and just chatting." "Do I know him?" Mother asked. "Actually, it's her mother. Don't tell me you've got a girlfriend at last," she said with a grin. "It's early days, Mother, but I am meeting her again on Monday evening."